The prediction market site Kalshi is being sued for failing to pay out $54 million to people who bet that the Ayatollah Khomeini would leave office before March 1st. Because technically, he never really left the office. Oh, a lot of Ayatollah fans here tonight. Wow.
A passenger on Japan Airlines posted a picture of a seat cushion on the plane that features a cheek splitter wedge in the middle, which is very confusing because cheek splitter is also the Japanese title for heated rivalry.
Bill Cosby was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison. You know what really bothers me about Bill Cosby, if I get serious? He made a show called The Cosby Show, and it was about a guy named Cliff Huxtable. First time ever named an aircraft carrier in honor of an African-American sailor. And he must have been pretty brave joining the Navy not knowing how to swim. I'm just kidding, but the ship will be called the USS Guy from the Village People. I mean, how could this possibly end well for us? Trump put Mike Pence in charge. Mike Pence! Like, I don't know what Mike Pence's plan is, but it's probably the same as that guy who had to get Avion water for Fire Fest.
Senator and ghost pointing to where the murder happened, Mitch McConnell, denied a claim that he referred to the Ukraine call as perfect because the only time Mitch McConnell has ever said something was perfect is
Be, by the way.
after climate change activist Greta Thunberg was named Time Person of the Year. The Trump campaign posted a picture of Trump's head pasted onto Thunberg's body. In case anyone was wondering what it would look like if Donald Trump got that Al Roker surgery.
President Trump is threatening to sue the BBC for $5 billion for a documentary that edited out the part of his January 6th speech where he called for protesters to be peaceful. And to set the record straight, here is the full, unedited, completely accurate clip of what Trump said on that day.
Everybody knows I went down on Bill Clinton.
According to one released email, Jeffrey Epstein claimed that he was, quote, the one able to take Trump down, which is pretty big talk for a guy who lost to a bedsheet.
Also know politics in 2020 is stupid when some of the best investigative journalism is being done by Borat. Rudy Giuliani is denying he did anything wrong after a controversial scene in the new Borat movie in which he's alone in a hotel room with a female reporter, puts his hands down his pants, and appears to start touching himself. Unfortunately, we can't show you the video, not because it violates standards, but because anyone who watches it dies in 7 days. Adams defeated Republican Curtis Sliwa, who will now return to his previous job as Emily in Paris's lawyer.
Welcome back, guys.
It's hard to transition out of that. Well, some Catholics. Some Catholics around the country are claiming religious exemption to the COVID vaccine because there's nothing more Catholic than letting someone else die for your sins.
It was reported that ahead of the deadline for all New York City schools employees to get vaccinated, more than 18,000 employees got at least one shot last week. And hopefully some of them got the vaccine, too. In the wake of R. Kelly's sex trafficking conviction, YouTube has removed 2 channels linked with the singer. One for his singing, and the other about how to remove stains.
The Senate confirmed Ketanji Brown Jackson, making her the first black woman to serve on the Supreme Court. I'll drink to that, said Brett Kavanaugh. Justice Jackson was honored Friday at a White House ceremony and said, "We have come a long way toward perfecting our union," which is a direct quote from Ben Affleck's proposal to J-Lo. It's good.
Is this distracting?
No, it's good.
Okay.
Peloton is concerned after the TV show Billions became the second series in recent weeks to show a character having a heart attack while using their exercise bike. And they're extremely worried.
Without blinking, the record is for best drugs. A woman testifying in the sex trafficking trial of Ghislaine Maxwell said that Maxwell told her that Jeffrey Epstein needed to have sex about 3 times a day, and if not, he'd kill himself.
Arizona Congressman Paul Gosar, seen here watching an interracial couple walk by, has officially been censured after posting a violent anime video that depicted
A bad idea. I don't know. I'm not really an expert on Iran, so let's hear from someone who can explain why we might have done it.
Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective.
Yeah. See, now that's the Trump I voted for.
Insiders are saying that the House January 6th committee will refer at least 3 criminal charges against Donald Trump. But after this week, I think he's pretty much locked down that insanity place. Semi-retired maniac Donald Trump has launched a collection of digital NFT trading cards depicting him in various costumes, including cowboy, superhero, and most unbelievable of all, guy who didn't dodge the draft. I'm honestly just relieved that he's wearing an American military uniform. It's such a funny move to get into NFTs after the whole market just crashed. It's like getting into Kanye now, which Trump also kind of did.
Sam Bankman-Fried, the former CEO of the cryptocurrency company FTX, was arrested on fraud charges in the Bahamas. I'm going to guess while swimming in a T-shirt. Prosecutors allege that Bankman-Fried took funds from FTX customers to make large political donations. That money will now be used to make sure the cameras outside his jail cell aren't working.
President Biden, seen here giving the eulogy at a pimp's funeral, formally approved new legislation that will guarantee federal protections for same-sex and interracial marriages in a signing ceremony held over my grandpa's dead body.
Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who, let's just face it, is absolutely my type, complained that people can buy butt plugs in Target now. She also complained that they melt and are shaped like Santa.
This week, Biden also hosted leaders of African countries at the White House for the U.S. African Business Forum. Coincidentally, U.S. African Business Forum is what they call Weekend Update in Nigeria.
U.S. scientists announced they have reached ignition, which is a nuclear fusion reaction producing more energy than it took to create. And they're hoping this discovery may eventually lead to the remix to ignition.
A new study's found that using screens to stop a child's tantrums can harm their ability to control their emotions. The study is titled Elon Musk.
Republican insiders are concerned that the rivalry between Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis could lead to a civil war within the party, which is perfect because they already have the flags. A man who made aviation history by parachuting out of a hot air balloon 20 miles above the earth has died at the age of 94 when he finally hit the ground.
Researchers say that for more than a decade, they tracked a humpback whale as it swam over 3,000 miles from Canada to Hawaii with a broken spine. They even got a recording of its whale song.
Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones is under fire over a picture of him from 1957 where he looks on as black students are stopped from entering his school. Okay, so maybe Jerry Jones was a racist back then. But tell me this, would a racist own a team full of the strongest black men he could buy to work on his field? No, right? The answer is no.
Hawaii's Mauna Loa, the world's largest active volcano, began erupting for the first time since 1984. Also erupting for the first time since 1984, your aunt watching Yellowstone.
This week marks the 40th anniversary of the classic Michael Jackson album, Thriller. And say what you will about Michael Jackson, but he definitely had a huge effect on a lot of people's childhoods. I don't know what you guys like anymore.
The World Health Organization is changing the name of monkeypox to Mpox due to concerns that the original could be considered racist, which I didn't even really think was an issue, but now I'm just wondering, what's the N in N95?
Announced that its word of the year is gaslighting. Gaslighting, if you don't know, is a word my ex made up to magically win arguments that she was losing.
Law enforcement departments in 6 European countries arrested nearly 50 drug traffickers who were running a cocaine super cartel. And you know what made the cartel really super? Friendship.
A police officer in New York State. A police officer in New York State is being called the baby whisperer after he helped deliver his 5th baby in 9 years. Only 5 babies in 9 years, said Nick Cannon.
Okay, there you are. Okay. A woman in Atlanta gave birth to her baby in a McDonald's. So caution, wet floor.
That's pretty racist, Colin.
You guys are not going to believe this, but Alex Jones and Kanye West got together this week, and it didn't go great. Kanye West made anti-Semitic jokes and said, "I like Hitler," which is also the password he used to get into Mar-a-Lago. At this point, I don't think Kanye is off his meds so much as he's immune to them. We're basically dealing with the Omicron variant of Kanye. You know, like we thought he'd fade away, but now we realize we may have to live with the brain fog of long-haul Kanye. What I don't understand about this Kanye stuff is if Jews do control the media, then how are we still seeing a new interview with Kanye every day? Also, if Jews control the media, explain the 80-foot Christmas tree outside of NBC.
President Biden signed a measure that would force railway workers to accept a deal that averts a strike but does not include paid sick leave. Why do you expect Biden to care about sick leave when he shows up to work every day with full-blown CTE? The Senate passed the Respect for Marriage Act, which solidifies federal protections for interracial marriages. Okay, but if I marry a white lady, who's going to protect me from my mother?
The Georgia Senate runoff set records for early voting. Herschel Walker has always encouraged his supporters to take care of voting early before it becomes a problem.
Colin. President Biden has recommended that South Carolina become the first state to vote in the Democratic primaries to give black voters more of a voice in selecting the 2024 candidate. Not to be outdone, Donald Trump also plans to give black voters a voice with this puppet.
There's growing support to move the first Democratic primary from Iowa to South Carolina, but why would you just move it to another boring state? You know, start the primaries with a bang in Florida. Right? Instead of watching a politician eat a corn dog at the Iowa State Fair, imagine Pete Buttigieg smoking meth, shirtless at Gatorland, as he battles for the state's key demographic, grandmas under 30. Right? You know, at the end of the day, Florida may not give us FDR or JFK, but it will definitely give us HPV.
federal jury has found Oath Keepers leader Stuart Rhodes guilty of seditious conspiracy for his actions on January 6. Rhodes plans to appeal the verdict because he feels the trial, like his vision, was very one-sided.
Questions are being raised about Vladimir Putin's health after he fell down the stairs at his home and soiled himself. Questions like, is there a video?
An Apple factory in China is expected to cut production of iPhones by 6 million in response to ongoing worker protests. The workers' main demand is more playtime. I'm shocked too, guys. I'm so shocked.
It was announced that Kim Kardashian and Kanye West have reached a settlement in their divorce, and I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that she maybe had an easier time finding a good lawyer. The latest jobs report shows that last month, the U.S. economy added over 200,000 jobs. We'll see about that, said Elon Musk. This is interesting. Since Elon Musk took over Twitter, use of the N-word on the site has reportedly jumped 500%. It's the biggest increase in the use of the N-word since the last time I stubbed my toe. Tomorrow is the New York City Marathon, or as Fox News will report it, undocumented Africans run wild in streets of New York.
China has launched the third and final module for its permanent space station. Now all they have to do is launch some children to assemble it. New York City is now requiring employers to disclose salary ranges in all job listings. Employers must list everything ranging from the top salary all the way down to the female salary.
CNN has announced that due to budget cuts, they are scaling back on original series and documentaries. Yeah, apparently there was a flaw with the business model of giving Stanley Tucci millions of dollars to eat gelato. Well, it was shaping up to be a good week for Joe Biden. He got Brittany Griner back, he kept marriage gay, and he's only got 14 more sleeps until Santa. But then, just when he thought he had it all under control, Kyrsten Sinema said, "Hold my wig." Arizona Senator Kyrsten Sinema, seen here realizing that someone is actually waving to the person behind her, announced that she is leaving the Democratic Party and is registering as an independent. Explained Sinema, "Pay attention to me." WNBA star Brittany Griner was freed from prison in exchange for Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout. It's actually a great trade because Bout was only averaging 5 points and 2 rebounds a game.
Raphael Warnock defeated Herschel Walker in Georgia's Senate runoff race. But I don't think this is the last you'll hear from Herschel Walker. I mean, unless he's your biological father. With Raphael Warnock's win, Democrats in the Senate will no longer have to rely on Vice President Harris for tie-breaking votes. Harris can now focus on her main priority, waiting for a worse bike accident.
The Supreme Court heard a case this week over whether a conservative evangelical woman can refuse to design a website for a same-sex marriage. But, honey, I don't know any gay couple who's going to hire a designer with those highlights.
Honey?
I'm sorry. I apologize. During oral arguments in the case, Justice Samuel Alito raised the hypothetical, could a black department store Santa be forced to take a picture with a child dressed in a Klan robe? Alito added that he'd love an answer before he takes his grandkids to the mall next week.
Donald Trump said the results of the 2020 election should be overturned and called for the termination of the Constitution. Trump plans to terminate the Constitution by asking Herschel Walker to drive it to the clinic.
I don't know if you guys saw it today. Morocco beat Portugal in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. It is Yeah, it's the best World Cup performance by a team of Africans since the unpaid workers who built the stadiums. I didn't do it. Portugal's head coach decided not to start soccer legend Cristiano Ronaldo in today's loss. Even more insulting, at halftime, he tried to trade Ronaldo for Brittany Griner. But the biggest upset so far in the World Cup was that favorite Brazil was eliminated, except for a tiny strip down the middle.
Nike has officially cut ties with Brooklyn Nets star Kyrie Irving over his anti-Semitism scandal. Kyrie says he's so depressed he might jump off the edge of the world.
Chris Christie's niece was arrested on a Spirit Airlines flight to Newark after she accused a Latino family of smuggling cocaine, then injured multiple officers by biting them and kicking them in the groin. She has been sentenced to life in the New Jersey Hall of Fame.
A new album from R. Kelly was removed from streaming sites several hours after being uploaded. And it was not easy to remove his streams, said the maid who cleaned his couch.
On Christmas. The Los Angeles Zoo announced that Evelyn, a 46-year-old gorilla famous for her red hair, has been euthanized. Not because she was sick, but because it's LA and she was in her 40s. This will get you back. A woman in Texas allegedly dumped 3 buckets of human waste in front of a police department and drove away. It's a rare case of erratic behavior from a lady who poops in a bucket. Also, I want to point out that as disturbing as this story is, it's not as disturbing as imagining the woman's drive to the police station with full buckets of feces because one speed bump turns her car into a Starbucks bathroom.